Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable with yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra, just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened one. So, dear Dharma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly try to provide some basic information for yourself to develop very good, solid, clear spiritual foundation. So, when it comes to meditation, it is very important for yourself to understand the meaning of meditation. So it's the cultivation of the mind. So the cultivation with the profitable skills. So why you have to cultivate it? It is not that you cultivate with just the thoughts. You cultivate the very nature of the mind. Thoughts are one result of the mind. So the mind has another nature, it's called the recognition and awareness. So awareness is not a thought. So then in your life, your practice should not become very limited, should not limit to only the thoughts. So how we can go beyond the thoughts? Because we mostly deal with the thoughts in day-to-day life, that ourselves, when we experience things deeply, that we have this inner conversation. It's always inside you. You have a kind of like a FM, radio channel. You always listening to that, 24/7. And you go to sleep with it. You wake up with it. When you go here and there, always blah, 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 blah inside. Can you stop that? Can you get out of it? To get out of that, you can use kind of like another thought also. It's kind of like, as example, practicing loving kindness meditation. And reflect on the Buddha's qualities, Dhamma's qualities, or the Sangha's qualities. And concentration, some kind of colors or the patterns. And look at the nature. Out of that all, one of the most powerful thing is observing sensation. So the bodily sensation, the very physical sensation. Why? Because that sensation happened only in the present moment. Just imagine right now, you can think about something. But at the same time, how about if you focus to right now here, that what you feel with your body, with your cushion, with your sitting, the sensation arise there. That's happened only in this very moment. So once you are capable to tune to that, recognize that, what happens that inside that conversation going to drop. That inside conversation, once you drop, what happened, it's kind of like you detach from the history. So remember that when it comes to the spiritual development of the transformation or the change, your own history is the most difficult part to deal, not other things. So how you can get out of it? So that's why one thing is you have to understand there's no point repeating your past. There's no point bringing your past experience to the present moment. So whatever, it is your choice. If you want to experience something new, but unfortunately there are some, they caught up in their past experience, they don't want to into new experience, because it takes some kind of deeper effort inside you. So then it is a choice yourself. And it doesn't matter whatever, good or bad, and try to develop a method to detach from your own past. Don't repeat it. And always look for the opportunities around you to interfere with something which you don't know. When some people hear that, they themselves feel kind of like to back up from the situation. No, always remember that don't afraid to move forward. So that is one thing in conventional life, how you can practice that. You don't need to wish for always the same situation, same environment, the same way of lifestyle. Even that the moderation is not something that the newness that keep inside you is beyond that moderation. Sometimes in the moderation also you become so comfortable. Why? Because the same thing, you just change the pattern. But here what I'm telling, getting to completely something new. So that way it helps you to get out of that, the current that we carry. So that is one thing. And other thing is to get out of this past experience or the memory or the conversation. Remember this. Change the definition. So whatever that define that inside you, as example, there is a very bad situation happen. It's always in your mind. If that is bad, 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 change the definition. So one of the example in the society regarding look at this COVID, when the COVID situation come, they changed the definition of the vaccine. They change it. Before the COVID, whatever the definition for the vaccine, I don't want to go into that. No, if you look at the dictionary, you will see, I just want to give an example. You will see what is the definition of the vaccine. But what happened when the COVID came, they came with the new interpretation and they changed the definition. And according to whoever they want. And the political parties. And the economy. It always does. And one of the other thing is this Apple product. When they introduced new product, just go into when they introduce that and look, 3 years, if you look like most of time, within 3 years, 7 to 8, like 10, they have kind of like events. And if you look the same phone or the same computer, same iPad, the same thing, but its mechanism is different. They come with a different definition for that. And that became a kind of like a people start to look in, then you have the iPhone, and when the definition become changed, you go from this to that. So then when it come to your life, see that how people use it for marketing purposes. And so then why you can't use it to your spiritual development? So that's why when it comes to meditation, I try to bring different interpretations, and I try to open different windows for you to get a different definition regarding what is meditation. Because sometimes that will help for you to be so comfortable in that definition rather than what you believe. Because most of the time some people say, oh, meditation, oh, I can't do meditation. Why you can't do meditation? Because the definition they have is totally different. So then what you need to do, whatever anything is different, and once you change the definition for yourself, for your inner conversation, it doesn't matter, whatever difficult, once you change the definition, it can be easy for you. It's another example for that. Just as example, you can't talk. There are a lot of, these children come for this, that's American Got Talent. Sometimes they can't sing, they can't talk, and sometimes they are disabled, but maybe they can play. So what happens, that their disability, they don't hold it to that. They start a different way to express their idea. So like that in your life, you have to look, if something is difficult, that difficulty may be not really difficult for you, that with the outside world. Just as example, just imagine you want to make something like this. And then in the beginning, if you get advice or ask someone, what is this and how you can do, that person going to explain in a certain way. And out of that, you get a certain definition regarding this. And maybe it is so difficult for you. But maybe there is another way. If you start to find a different way of understanding, this become easy. So then you have to understand, in the world, there is nothing called difficult or hard in the outside world. It is our inside definition, inside the way we understand about. So the once you change it, even regarding the people, that what you believe as someone bad, maybe not really that person bad. It's not a kind of like a completely dark character. There are not such a people like that around us. There are people maybe, but around us, averagely, a lot of good people. Otherwise, how we can be like this? They make mistakes like all of us. But inside us, some people, we hold with the, oh, this person, oh, that person is not good. So maybe you have to think it a little bit. Maybe it is your definition about that person. And once you change that inside you, what will happen? It will change. So like that, always look into that. Going to deeper inside you, and whatever, try to change. Another thing is, remember that we are a bunch of memory. So the memory is one of the major important properties in the world nowadays, as you know, when it comes to computer, your cell phone, your iPad. So this memory is, when it comes to the memory, it's in a very physically, there are very kind of like the memory, simply you can access to something. Cache memory. It's there. But at the same time, that there are backup files. So as example, clouds. So you have this, but in case that if something happened to this, that your cloud memory has all the details. So like that's in you, inside you, visibly or invisibly, knowingly or unknowingly, you have some kind of this kind of like floating state in you. It's like it's really like clouds, that your la la land. It's not the reality, but it's kind of like related to your memory, and you will never going to see it, but it's there. And then what happens when you try to do something, sometimes suddenly it comes and it start to provide some information to you. And so you depend on that, But when it comes to your newness, so this very moment, we can't go with that. Nothing wrong, you have it, but we can't go with it. So then you have to be more aware, to go into deeper level, to be in the moment. So I give some little information that because that awareness is the key point to get out of this all the past memory, or your FM channel, So you can have your FM channel, that AGFM channel, Andres FM channel, and Mary FM channel, Stepan FM channel, Tom FM channel. This all work inside, It's, you listening to that. You are the director, you are the editor, you are the player, you do everything in that. So you're so comfortable with it. But turn off it. How you can turn off? So develop the awareness. So get into the moment of sensation. Just see within your body. It is not imagination. It is not a thought. It is not you project something. It is not you create something. You detach from the thought, but you observe, you see that what happening to your body, what happening to the breathing. It is it is not what you kind of like interfering and make it happen anything the way. No, you just simply observe. So when you observe, one way is kind of like be like a smoke detector. So that's a simile, example. Why? Because there's a smoke detector. It's always there. And in case if the little smoke, it catch it. It's always waiting. It doesn't mean it go and try to interfere with this smoke. No, once the smoke is touch it, it start to work. So like that sensation, you don't need to go and look for sensation. Let it be. But in case if the sensation arises there, you recognize it. So that is one thing. And other thing is, sometimes we have this inner laziness. that inner laziness to get out, you have to be hard on you a little bit. It's always not, the meditation is always, it's nothing to do with outside, because your inner, your own inside nature, sometimes it's very rough, very tough, and very dark. It's a kind of like a very, uh, it has a kind of like a deeper, strong memory, and it holds a kind of like habitual patterns in you. So head to toes that, all your biochemical electricity system, this work, wiring, firing, and it's deeply, you creating that deeper inside thought web. And sometimes it's not easy. So that's why you have to be strong. Not to give a very kind of like a easy way to let it happen. You have to be hard on you. You have to, sometimes you have to take very tough decisions regarding your spiritual practice. And sometimes you push your limits a little bit, not a kind of like, every day. Once a while, you have to push your limits, kind of like you used to practice for 5 minutes, 10 minutes sitting. And then one day, you sit for 1 hour. And in that one, it doesn't matter whatever happened, you sit for that 1 hour. You don't give up that. So that's kind of mindset, that's kind of practice. This will help you to go beyond this, the memory or the habitual pattern or the repetition in our life. And then once you reach to that higher level, then you're going to remain there. So that jump, the twisting point, is the ability of mind. So then develop it. So for that, when you come to sensation, observe the sensation, what you need to do, it's kind of like you have to be in the sensation, waiting for the sensation. It's kind of like that is the only thing that you need in your life. No any other things. And another way, kind of like, just imagine you get lost in the middle of the jungle and you look for a way to get out. And you deeply searching how to get out of it. And you get lost in the very dark, a huge building. And you want to get out of it. There's no any other exit. And maybe you see far away, little light. And you go only that way. You don't look here and there anymore. So like that, for the sensation, give a little strong attention inside you. You don't care about any other things. You don't look any other things. You look for strongly for the sensation and you just try to get it. It's like a tornado came and hit you and it's going to take you away, and there's something, you catch it. You don't want to give up, you don't want to release that. You hold it. So you have to be with the sensation like that, because sometimes your own mind, your own thoughts, memory, like a tornado hit, wash you away. Don't allow it to happen. So like that, be with the sensation without looking for anything, without depending from something. And other thing is, don't look for what will happen after. Don't try to look for that. Completely whatever happened, just be in the moment. And that will bring the completion, or that will bring the experience to get into the complete newness. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left hand neck, head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Supateva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in case if there is any other strong sensation anywhere in your body, you can put attention to that also. But keep your breathing sensation as the center point. So in the beginning, deeply and gently breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow it to happen as it is. Do nothing extra. Just recognize it. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light as far as you can. Expand the capacity. To your backside. To your left side. Into your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata annihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhammanudanna patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam paribundisami Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.